Hey everyone, today's video is about when Class 1A has a game night in the common room, when Baga sees you and Tariki getting too close for comfort and can't stop himself from getting jealous. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. Does Tariki have to be good at everything he does? Or like a whisper from beside you, staring in awe as he easily reached 5 stars on the game Just Dance? He giggled in agreement. And does he have to look so good while doing it? As she saw join then on your letter circle, nodding as she admired the way his saw muscles flexed while dancing to Womanizer. The rest of the boys really have nothing on him. As the three of you, and most likely every other girl in Class 1A, plus Midoriya, admire Choto's subtle yet graceful style of dancing. Bago fumed from behind the sofa. Why was everyone so upset with that bastard? Katsuki scoffed, and, startled, he glanced back. He stood behind the couch too. Mina and Ochako were on, the ever-present scowl on his face, deeper than normal. I don't get what the big deal is, he muttered, staring past you to glare at Tadaruki, who was currently beating Kaminari in, hot and cold. He's not even that good. He's beaten everyone he's played against so far. You said. Seems quite good to me. Shh. Mina took a quick break from ogling at Shoto to roll her eyes at Katsuki. Seems like someone is jealous. Shut the hell up, recognize. Baga scoffed. What would I have to be jealous of? Just then, the song ended, the screen flashing a crown over player one. Shoto. Damn, swore Kaminari, wiping the sweat off his forehead. Ujiro gave him a pat on the shoulder as he sat down. Tadaruki-chan, he exclaimed, jumping up from your seat and giving him a high-five turned hug for his fifth win in a row. You were amazing, as always. Choto gave you a small smile in return, patting your back gently as he handed him his water bottle. Thanks, Wan. Anytime, icy hot, he said with a wink. Meanwhile, Mina was smirking at red-faced Katsuki. His hands were grabbing the cushion of the couch, sparks sounding off his forearms. He watched Tadaruki whisper something in your ear, causing you to laugh, and he felt his stomach turn uncontrollably. Not jealous, huh? She remarked. His left eye twitched. He was not jealous of that half-and-half bastard. But your hand was still on his arm. Why the hell was your hand still on his arm? And you had a slight flush to your face. What could Isahad have possibly said that made you blush? Baga would rather read only Machiavelli for the rest of his life than attempt to make conversation with that burn square. Look, he won again, you said, as you walked back to your seat. Still think Todoroki is not good? Anyone can win in that stupid game. Katsuki muttered under his breath. Why didn't you prove it then? Ashita piped in, a devilish grin on her face. If you think so, why don't you play against Todoroki and see who wins? He scoffed. And why would I want to prove anything to you? Oh, come on, Bago, you said, with a pout. It'll be fun. Of all the things you had to say. He thought crossly. I don't think so. Tilting your head to the side, a challenging look mingled with your features. Oh, I see. See what? He asked, eyes lowered. You're scared. What the hell would I be scared of? Said Bago, who was louder this time. You're scared you're going to lose Todoroki, so you'd rather not play. He proclaimed, as if it were the most obvious thing. He felt as if a vein in his forehead was about to pop. You're scared that, maybe, King Explosion isn't the best after all. He heard Kaminari and Kirishima. Oh, from the sofa next to you. But Katsuki was too outraged by your comment to spare them a second glance. You think I would lose to that bastard? He practically scoffed. Pretty much, yeah. With his ears growing hot in anger, he grabbed the Player 2 Wii remote from your outstretched hand and did his best to ignore the smirk on your face. Bring it, half and half bastard. He growled at Todoroki, who was simply standing in front of the television screen with a blank look on his face. I'll show you all that messes. Hell yeah! Kirishima cheered, hopping up from his seat on the couch to give Baga a pep talk. Kaminari and Sarah, falling behind, with equally animated faces. You can do this in your sleep, Baka bro. His forehead throbbed at the insufferable nickname, but before he could say anything, Mina dove towards the Wii console with a DVD in hand. Can I pick the song? She cried, changing out the game version to Just Dance 4. I have the perfect dance in mind. And that's how, 10 minutes and tons of arguing later, Katsuki found himself with Shoto's arms around his waist. As they danced to I've Had the Time of My Life in front of his dumb crush and all their dumb classmates. How he got suckered into being the female dancer, he wasn't sure. Mina said he should be the girl because he was shorter, to which she replied by promising to dye her hair to green while she was asleep. But the moment she looked up at him with those stupid, pleading eyes and dimple smile on your face, as he told him it would be so much better with him as the girl, he found himself giving in. He was a complete fool when it came to you, and the day he ever figured it out would be the end of him. Don't kiss my hand, Baga asked, ripping it out from Shoto's grasp. As the song went into full action, Todoroki barely spared him a glance as he posed for his signature move and continued swinging his arms. It's a part of the dance. Do you think the dumb game can actually tell if you touch me or not? He read hard, sending him a flying kiss with the remote control. Maybe that mentality is why you're losing. Katsuki gaped. Shota smiled. With an annoying grunt, he began to take the game much more seriously. He'd show that half and half bastard. Damn, get it, Bago, cheered Kaminari as he scored his third perfect yeah on the golden pauses. I hate to say this, but I can't tell if Bago or Todoroki looks hotter doing this dance. Mina loudly whispered to you and a chuckle. When he heard you agree with a fit of giggles, he felt a smile grin spread across his face. In fact, the sound of your laughter was so captivating, he didn't even mind Todoroki's clammy hands on his waist as he twirled around. As the song drew closer to the end, they both easily surpassed the 5 stars mark, with his score bar merely a centimeter higher than Shoto's. But he was winning that dumbass. And that was all that mattered. Grand final time. Kirishima yelled as Bago and Todoroki clasped hands for the final time, tiptoeing away from each other. What? He asked. The infamous laughed. You said with a clap of your hands. Just like in Dirty Dancing, you have to finish the dance up with the left. Katsuki grunted in annoyance, but turned to face Todoroki in time with the figures on screen. Shoto raised a brow in amusement, and Bago wanted to wipe that all-knowing look off his face. Do it for a while, alright? Go to hell. With a deep scowl, he ran towards the bastard and leapt off the ground with his hands on Todoroki's shoulders. You drop me, you die, he warned in a menacing tone. Todoroki let out an indignant puff of air as he caught him, adjusting to the weight in his hands. Shoto's arms briefly trembled before he easily steadied them. For someone so short, you're actually quite heavy. Baga's mouth dropped open. Who the hell are you calling short? You. I'm 172 centimeters tall. Yaris is taller than you. By 1 centimeter. You're still short. Why, you little... This time, Bago didn't hold back. He swiftly swung his leg, aiming for Todoroki's stomach. But right as he was about to make contact, Todoroki jumped out of the way, his grab loosening as Bago came tumbling down. With a strangled yell, Katsuki felt his stomach drop at the 176-centimeter fall. Buster wasn't even that much taller than him. As he landed, with an ungraceful thud, his eye twitched as he glared up at Shoto's early calm face. You dropped me. You tried to kick me. That doesn't mean you can drop me. Wago was so caught up in arguing, he hardly noticed his well-deserved one. That was until Kaminari and Zero came up to him, and Taraki wandered up to talk to you. They were raving about how cool his dancing looked, but all you could focus on was the smile on your face, as he gave half and half a high five when you wiped a bead of sweat off his temple while teasing the crinkle of your nose. Katsuki just couldn't stand it anymore. He played this damn game, put on this stupid show, all for you. And while he knew he didn't owe him anything, it was frustrating to see how easily you blew it off the minute you got a simple glance from Mr. Perfect. Clenching his jaw, Bago stormed out of the common room without a word, shoving his way past any of his classmates that tried to see what was wrong as they headed up the stairs to his room. Irritated, he pulled out the keycard from his pocket, but just as he was about to unlock the door, he heard someone panting as they ran down the hall. Wait! He cried through a deep breath, trying to catch up to him. Bakugou! You paused when you finally reached him, leaning against the wall to steady yourself. Why'd you leave like that? His hand was still on the handle, but he turned his head to look your way. What do you mean? He managed to get out steadily. I mean, I thought we were all having a fun time, but then you ran off with a pissed expression on your face. You frowned, taking a step closer to him. Is something bothering you? Yeah, how close you are, and that half and half bastard were. He scoffed. No, of course not. He bit the inside of your cheek. I'm surprised you even noticed with how unbearable you and your boyfriend were. Bago grumbled before he could stop himself. Dumbass. My boyfriend? He folded his arms across his chest, avoiding your gaze. Staring up at him, you blinked. Are you talking about Tadaruki? Shh. He's not my boyfriend, you said, rolling your eyes. I don't even like him like that. Funny, it doesn't seem that way. He grew defensive. Why do you care anyways? That's a dumb question. And that was a dumb answer. As you continued to dodge the conversation, you grew more and more annoyed. You sighed. Could you just answer the question? What question? Why did you leave? You asked. Why do you care? Katsuki bit back. You glared at him and he matched your intensity head on. Because, for some pathetic reason, I care about you, asshole. It doesn't seem that way when you kept causing up to Tadaruki. Why the hell do you keep mentioning Tadaruki? You cried, frustrated. Because he's the only damn person you seem to notice all the time. Baka. Right in the face, he couldn't control his emotions any longer. Tadaruki this, Tadaruki that. Wow, Shoto, you're so amazing. He mocked in a harsh tone. If you're so obsessed with him, why aren't you there right now? I don't know. Your voice came out in a strangled shout, and when Bago looked at you, he noticed the glassy sheen in your eyes and the hurt expression in your face. Your cheeks were puffed slightly, and your low lip jutted out in a tremble, so slight you only noticed because of this close attention he was paying. He reached forward to wipe a straight tear away, but you pulled back, stung. Katsuki felt like shit. Of all things that could have happened, making you cry was the last thing he wanted to do. With a sniffle, you folded your arms across your chest and lifted your chin up. You're right. I could be downstairs with Tadaruki and the rest of our friends, dancing and having a fun time. But instead, I'm in the hallway with a jerk who obviously doesn't want me here. He sighed, his voice coming out rougher than usual. I never said I don't want you here. No, but you're acting like it. Katsuki rustled. Fine, just go and run to Tadaruki then. No one's forcing you to stay here. Good, because I don't want to stay. Good. You both glared at each other, heat unwavering as you refused to break eye contact. You know what? You're such an asshole, Bago. You cried in frustration, fingers digging into your palms as you balled your fists. You shook your head, angry tears starting to fall down your face. To think I actually like someone like you. He blinked at your words, taken aback. What? You glared. Are you really going to make me repeat that? No, Baka. I just. Katsuki blew a quick breath of air through his teeth. Don't you like ice so hot? Yeah, as a friend. Then why do you two always look so goddamn cozy anytime we're in the same room? It's like he's the only person you can see when you're around him. He grumbled, uncertain of his admission. It's not to make me jealous, is it? Oh, get out of yourself, big head. Rise nodded as he scowled, but at least you were no longer sad. Bago would much rather have you annoyed with him for the rest of his days than make you cry again. Taruki and I are good friends, and I'm just comfortable enough around him to act like that. It's not because I like him, and it's certainly not because I was trying to make you jealous. At your menacing frown, Bago held his hands up. Okay, fine. He snapped defensively. My mistake then. It was my own identity that made me jealous. Exactly. You retorted. Then, more quietly. Wait, what? What now? You bit your lower lip, suddenly averting your gaze. You were jealous? He snorted, trying not to let his embarrassment show. Isn't that what I just said? Well, yes. But why were you jealous, exactly? Do I need to spell it out for you, idiot? Katsuki asked, disbelievingly, as if it couldn't be any more obvious. Ashidani, Orakani, even Taruki, the most obvious asshole in all of Japan, somehow figured it out. How the hell haven't you? Your obvious and my obvious seem to be different. You said in an accusing tone, taking a step closer with each word, as you prodded your finger into his chest. Obviously. What? You cried in disbelief. Even Bago didn't know what he meant by that. Your buddy was just so close to his that he couldn't even think straight anymore. Yes, I was jealous, okay? He said, moving away until his shoulder hit the corner of his doorway. I was just jealous of you and that damn half and half bastard whenever he's around. It's like he's all you see. He looks at you, smiles at you, touches you in a way that I never can. You shifted even closer to him, almost closing the distance between the two of you, and Katsuki saw the nervous tremble in your step, despite the confident look on your face. And why would you be jealous of that? You asked slowly. He felt his face heat up, flustered. Were you really going to make him sad? He raised a brow and he growled. Because I like you. And I already told you I like you too. You broke off with a disdainful shake of your head. God knows why. Although you told him those exact words earlier, his stomach still churned with the same intensity. Then, why aren't you like that with me? And there was the $1,000,000 question. The source of all of his frustration. Why was it so easy for you to be with Todoroki, to laugh with him, and flirt with him, when you could barely look Baga in the eye, unless it was to glare? Because you're you. You said, shuffling your way between your feet. You make me nervous when you're around. It's easy to talk to Todoroki because I don't like him and he doesn't like me. But with you, you make my stomach feel weird and my heart acts funny. It's like I suddenly forgot how to speak. You paused, like you were out of breath. I don't know how to make a stop. As he talked, he found it hard to swallow. His breathing came out in sharp puffs, and he felt his warm hand resting on your hip, drawing you nearer. There was a lapse of silence after your admission, and you wanted to withdraw in embarrassment, staring down at the floor and wriggling out of his grasp. But before you could move, Bago lifted your chin with a gentle finger until he faced him. You looked into his eyes for what felt like forever, until he spoke up. That makes two of us, he said with a bark of laughter. Bago shut his eyes, almost in pain by what he was about to say. I'm completely ill when you're around. Just like I can't help but make a fool of myself. You did look pretty foolish earlier tonight. You said teasingly, a shy smile on your face, despite the way you ran your hand up his torso and rest your palm on his chest. Shh, is that so? Yeah, you couldn't feel how his heart was beating against his chest through the thin material of his shirt. You looked pretty impressed during the dance. Yeah, a Choto. He knew you were joking, but he couldn't help but step in, almost drawing his hands away from you until you laughed. Sorry, was that too soon? You said through giggles, placing Bago's hands back on your hips as he leaned towards him. His back was pressed against the wall as he stood between his legs. Katsuki hoped at your response, but his annoyance was easily forgotten when you peered up at him with wide eyes and a pouty lower lip he wanted to take between his own. You never have to worry about Taraaki or Kirishima or Shenso or anyone else, because it's you I like. And although you make my head hurt and annoy me to no end, I don't want it to be anyone else. I wouldn't want it to be anyone else either. He admitted roughly. I'm glad it's you. Good. Your future lit up with a grin, and Bago felt like he was attacked by the sun itself. He felt himself smiling back, foolishly, until his cheeks hurt. Good. As he tilted your head upwards, Katsuki leaned down and met you halfway. Your lips were soft, with a taste of cherry lingering on the surface, and your body was inviting as you brushed your hips against his. It was slow, and it was deep, passionate yet sensual, and it was the best damn kiss he had ever had. Well, that was a long one. Damn. It's tiring. But please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye.